Okay. So because it's so important, I want to show another way of how whatever we're thinking affects our energy, and when our energy is affected, it affects our focus, it affects our capacity to think creative thoughts and actions and step outside of our comfort zone, because the brain goes to what it's done most recently, most frequently, and we can get into habits of just repeating the same old thoughts and repeating the same old behaviours. And I know you've already experienced today when we've been filming how you're feeling more awake, more alive, feeling reborn, I think you said at one point. Yeah. So let's do a little bit more just to get that contrast about what you think really does affect your body. It either energizes and uplifts, or it depletes and takes away. So I'm going to get you to think, not speak out loud, and you choose whether it's a thought that feels uncomfortable, a limiting belief, or something, and then I'll get, or you can think first off a thought that is encouraging, is helpful, that feels positive, just so we see what happens with the body. Have you got, just let me know when you've got those two thoughts that we'll check on, and you don't have to tell me what they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready to do one? You know which one you're doing first?
Yeah.
Okay, so just nod when you've thought it so I know that it's present.
Yeah.
Okay, and hold. Okay, is that the negative one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so now connect to the, it was a good idea to do that one first so you can finish with the positive one. So just nod when you've got that positive statement, and hold. I can't get it down. You can see, I don't know if you can see the quivering because I'm trying and I can't, but there's no quivering with the other one because there's no resistance, it just drops. Yeah, there's no energy in our system when we're thinking of something.
It just emptied the life force out of me when I thought about the sad one, the upsetting one.
Yeah.
And it was just a thought, and it just affected my whole body.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yes, and that's why I love the muscle testing, because, and doing these examples, because what we think impacts our whole body, and how many thoughts we have in one day, so many, and we can harness the power of our thoughts in a much more focused, effective, generative way that uplifts us. And I really think this is why most people don't age well, because we get burdened by, we get filled up with all these limiting thoughts and unresolved experiences, and it just drags our energy. We give way, and then we get stuck in these really fixed limiting patterns because the neural pathways have kept going over those same repetitive limiting beliefs and feelings and actions. And if we know how to shift it quickly and easily, then we can feel like you've been feeling.
Exactly. And then the good thought was just like fireworks. It was just brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was just a really simple thought. I really liked. It's only being at the hairdresser. But for me,
fantastic.
Everything.
Yes.
It was the best.
Yeah, yeah. And so this
is
what you can do on a daily basis. It's like when you're thinking something and you realize it's a limiting thought or something that's just not energizing you, it doesn't have to be a logical thing. You can go, do I want to think that, or do I want to think something that's going to make me feel better, and switch to something like being pampered at the hairdressers and having someone doing your hair, and you automatically can enjoy the benefit of that, and it automatically shifts your whole energy, your health. Imagine if you did that every single time you had a limiting thought. How
I'd just be transformed.
Yes.
My life would just transform every day.
And what will happen after a while of just doing that, and I call that flipping, when you've got a negative thing and you go to yourself, I don't want to feel that right now, and you find something better to feel about, is that we are all, most people are habituated because of those neural pathway habits to be in the limited feelings and thoughts. And when you can flip it and you keep doing that over time, after a period of time, that's going to be the momentum that you have, that you won't have to think about, because that's the neural pathways will be what is well worn and where your system's at, and it won't be the other. But we need to do some massed immersion of doing that to shift that pattern. And if you just did that, your life would be completely transformed. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. It's
I'm going to be thinking flipping lots of limiting thoughts.
yeah, and they don't have to be related to each other even. Yeah, just as long as you connect to, and it can be something really, really simple, like, oh, I'm so glad that this water is right next to me, that it's just there for me to reach and grab when I want it. It could just be so simple. And when we think those positive things, it lights up the same areas of the brain as if, for example, you're in the hairdressers. So when you think about it, the brain, it lights up the same areas. The brain doesn't tell the difference whether you're there or not. So you can, the more you get into the sensing and the feeling and the specifics about it, the more you milk it, the deeper it is, the more you get out of it. So
that makes so much sense. I was hanging washing with my daughter the other day, and I said, I love these orange pegs. They are the greatest. She's like, Mum, you're acting like you won the lottery. She said, you're hanging washing with orange pegs. And I went, it's awesome. So yeah, she noticed, and I was really happy.
Yeah, fantastic.
And it was like, it was really great 15 minutes.
Yes.
And I felt, it was working for me.
Yeah, and I do that too. And one day I was on the phone to my daughter, and I was bringing the rubbish bins in, and I was just in bliss when I was bringing the rubbish bins in. And my daughter's saying, you can't be that happy for bringing the rubbish bins in. And I'm saying to her, why not? Why would I want to make myself be less happy? And we've got to encourage our children and our friends and ourselves to be bigger, because society sends us so many messages to contract.
That makes so much sense. Why would we want to make ourselves less happy?
Yes.
It wouldn't even make sense.
I know. So, yeah, how blessed for your daughter to have you be doing that spontaneously. And
she does notice things like that.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And then I in turn notice that I am actually enjoying things that are labelled mundane.
Yes.
I'm not feeling the mundane part of it.
And that's what I call true freedom.
Yes.
Because you're not dependent on your circumstances being a particular way for you to feel that bliss, that joy, that contentment. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
I found a geranium that was really bright, and I walked past and I was like, oh, I want to take a cutting. And I kept walking and thought, maybe I shouldn't. I thought, well, why not? And I went back and got it. And then when I looked at it on the window for like a week, I was like, yep, you went back and got it, and now you're going to grow it.
That
is just like really
that
cool.
Is so powerful.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm getting goosebumps again when you're saying it, because
I normally would not have, and I did.
And that's that activation. We often wait for other people to give us permission, approval, encouragement, and particularly I think as females, we're encouraged to be more receptive and give as opposed to take. And so it's really important in law-abiding ways. I'm not encouraging anyone to,
it
go
was like,
stealing.
It was a 3-inch cutting. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, but just for context for people. But it's like we need to be able to take and not worry. And we get guilty about, can I have this? Or, when we're at a meal with everyone, we might hold ourselves back because we want there to be enough for everyone, and we need to.
Yeah, with the ice cream the other day, there were 2 scoops left, and Robert wanted the 2 scoops, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, well, maybe someone else won't get it. And I was like, you know what? Enjoy your 2 scoops, and we'll buy more.
Yes.
We'll just buy more. And then the other one came in and said, no ice cream left. I went, no, we finished it, and we'll buy more, rather than being beholden to panic about leaving this little,
And anticipating anxiety about looking after everyone, as opposed to allowing natural consequences. And look what a gift it brought you to. It brought it to the sense of there'll be more.
Yes.
It's not catastrophic. There's enough. We can get more.
We can get
And
more ice cream.
it connects to that capability and that sense of the universe having abundance for us instead of lack.
That we had to hold on to this tiny little bit.
Yeah.
It was just like, someone had it and there'll be more.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks.